Turistas de hotel low-rise, kuta cruza, vai comprar comestível, a benta cria preocupação grande se gerente ng hotelero. Nos colega de 15 on 15 esta Jante Liu, ta conta-nos mais.
We are here on Sasaki Highway in front of Superfood. This grocery store is located nearby the low-rise hotel area, mainly La Cabana and Tropicana. But this close proximity doesn't seem to be close enough for many of the tourists and visitors, since many of them are ignoring the crosswalk, which is located also very nearby. Instead, many of the shoppers are opting to cross straight from Sasaki onto the busy highway to get to the store. And of course, this is posing as a major safety concern. Guests staying at the low-rise hotels are looking left and then right before stepping onto Sasaki Highway to get to Superfood. This unsafe trend is nonstop all day.
It's a continuous trek all day long for customers coming in and out. As I said, most of the guests are heading over early in the morning or later in the afternoon, but all day long people are looking for a route, a convenient route to Superfood, and then they're coming back with their hands filled with bags of groceries, so making their way across the busy highway.
Joe Najar is the general manager of La Cabana. He is also a resident in the area, and as a driver, he has first-hand witnessed a lot of dangerous instances.
And I've seen quite frequently where they're crossing from the west to the east side, and the problem is that they might see the traffic coming from the north, but they do not see the traffic that's coming from Bobali. So it's a kind of a blind sight for them as they're crossing. I've seen also crossings at the level of Tropicana, where they basically cut right in the middle of the highway, because it's a straight, immediate path for them. And obviously all that represents some kind of safety hazard that we obviously want to bring to the attention of those that regulate traffic and signage on the roads.
It's not only tourists who takes this dangerous shortcut. Employees of the properties also. If this trend continues, it's an accident waiting to happen. Timeshare guests are of varying age and health. Take a look at this elderly couple here. They are slowed down by the grocery bags they are carrying back with them. Not only are they stopping traffic in the middle of Sasaki, but they themselves are stopping in the middle of the road in order to cross. If something does happen, there will be a series of consequences, and it is indeed bad publicity for the island.
It's not so much liability. I mean, the first consideration is definitely safety. But the unfortunate thing is whenever somebody does get hurt, a lot of our customers come to the island without insurance. So it just leads to a domino effect of problems. The next thing they're going to be wanting to know is where do they get medical care, who pays for it, and those things. And of course, it's always just bad publicity when somebody gets hurt.
Brian Stediford, the general manager of Tropicana, says there are a few things they'd like to see done to ensure safety for Superfood shoppers.
Well, ideally, we'd like to start with signage, just advising the drivers that there are pedestrian traffic. Then we'd like to see some signage directing the customers. In a perfect world, we would have sidewalks here, and we would maybe have a gate protecting them from the traffic. But at a minimum, we'd like to see them going to the zebra-striped crosswalks and then having good lighting across the street. Maybe those push-button pedestrian crossing, flashing hand and walk signs that you typically find in the U.S. or Canada at busy intersections.
The hotels can only do so much. It is up to authorities to step up and make the changes.
Yeah, we've written letters to the various ministers asking them to improve the infrastructure. We've tried to work closely with Superfood on it. They've shown concern, but this isn't our land, so we're not able to go in and construct sidewalks. This is government property. So we can only try to steer the customers to go the right way, but unfortunately, it's against the law for us to go out and touch property that's not ours.
Joe Najar is on the board of the Tourism Product Enhancement Fund. In support of the neighboring resorts, TPEF has resubmitted the hotel's request to ministers and the Department of Public Works for signage.
We feel that would be the minimum required at this point. Obviously, under ideal situations, some traffic experts would need to look at the situation and figure out better zebra padding, better lighting, especially at night, lighting for traffic signs, and so on and so forth. But at least for the time being, if we can get some kind of signage that warns both the pedestrian and the drivers that there is an intersection there, to be careful, to be a little bit more conscientious about driving through that area. I think that would help quite a bit.
The two general managers say Superfood has been a great addition to the area. Their only concern is the safety of the shoppers. At the minimum, they want to see signs put up to enforce the rules and encourage grocery shoppers to use the crosswalk since it is located just right there. Because who knows what can happen on this busy and fast-paced Sasaki Highway. And signing off on Sasaki Highway for Noticia Awe Nochi, I'm Yanto Liu.
Thank you, Yanto. Sí, Yanto também tem alguma sugerência na qual bem dilante para nós trazer aqui amanhã tem nossa edição de Noticia Awe.